Welcome to Premier Interschools 2023. This Saturday, it's a Boland clash of the Titans as the men from Paarl visit Stellenbosch to take on Paarl Roos.
Om teen Paarl Roos te speel is altyd 'n harde en 'n fisiese wedstryd.
Het gaan 'n baie opwindende wedstryd wees.
And the girls from Paarl will also be on the courts right next door as they confront Bloemhof for a powerhouse netball encounter.
Ons is goeie vriende af van die baan af, maar op die baan speel ons speel.
Bloemhof is altyd 'n kompeterende span. Hulle maak dit nie vir ons maklik nie.
Join us this Saturday for two massive Derby Day contests. On the banks of the Easter River in Stellenbosch, neighbouring the Paarl Roos campus, is the Hoërmeisie School Bloemhof, with about 720 girls in grades 8 to 12. The school's motto is Semper Fidelis, meaning always faithful. The school excels academically and is also very active in both sport and culture. The Bloemhof Orchestra and Choir, known as Accelerando, are well known for the quality of their performances.
At Bloemhof, the 5 core values are everything. Omgee, werksetiek, afgerondheid, respek en integriteit. We do not have rules. We only have values because we believe that rules are for those without values.
Notable alumni include the famous fine artist Marlene Dumas, with works on exhibit throughout the world. Annie Hofmeyer, another alumni, is an author of historical books covering various locations in the Western Cape. Looking back over the last few games, Bloemhof has a mixed bag of wins and losses against some formidable opponents. But with a previous draw against Paarl, this is a game both schools will fight hard to win this Saturday.
Yeah, so we know that Paarl it's always a physical game, and we're expecting physicality on the court, but we'll definitely do the necessary drills and the skills that we have to do to prepare, and obviously we have home advantage, so yeah, that's also will play in our favour. Ons verwag om teen Gim 'n lekker wedstryd te speel. Dis altyd lekker om teen hulle te speel. Ons weet dit gaan 'n fisiese wedstryd wees, maar die span is reg vir dit en ons geniet altyd dit om teen hulle te speel. Dis altyd 'n groot byeenkoms vir die skole om bymekaar te kom, teen mekaar te speel, so dit gaan lekker wees. Om teen Paarl te speel is natuurlik altyd 'n baie fisiese wedstryd, op die baan veral. En ons almal sien baie uit, is altyd 'n baie sterk wedstryd. Dit is baie groot voorreg om teen sulke sterk skole te speel, maar met die spel wat ons speel en as ons sisterskap in die span het en net ons eie wedstryd speel, het ons 'n baie goeie kans om 'n baie goeie wedstryd teen Paarl te speel.
Founded in 1858, Paarl Gymnasium started in what is now the primary school in the centre of town. In later years, the school divided and the high school was built on its current location further north along Paarl's main road. And in 1964, the first girls were admitted. The school's motto is Sol Justito Illustre Nos, which means Son of Justice, shine upon us.
Paarl Gymnasium is 'n waardegedrewe skool, soos die meeste ander tradisieryke skole. Ons is bevoorreg dat ons breë skoolgemeenskap dieselfde waardes as die skool deel, en daarom is dit maklik om hierdie waardes aan ons kinders oor te dra en dit dan ook op die sportveld uit te leef.
Notable alumni include the late investigative journalist Mandy Rousseau, Boer Sukkenvrou and Bravo presenter Marciel Hopkins, politician and MP Liesel van der Merwe, and radio presenter and food author Martelise Brink. Paarl has had a good start in the netball season and, like Bloemhof, also has mixed results. playing against some tough opposition, particularly over the previous long weekend. So this is going to be a game to watch in the Boland.
Ons is nou op 'n plek in die seisoen waar ons regtig die fyn detail moet implementeer op die baan, waar ons moet deurkom en games moet deurtrek tot aan die einde. Die meisies is goed voorberei en ek dink dit is nou 'n goeie tyd om regtig daai voorbereiding te trust en om op te gaan en alles op die baan te los. Ons sien baie uit om te sien wat hulle gaan bring. Daar's baie talent op die baan, daar's baie wil om netbal te speel en ons sien baie uit om te sien wat op daardie dag gaan gebeur en dit gaan definitief 'n tawwe game wees. Bloemhof is altyd 'n kompeterende span. Hulle maak dit nie vir ons maklik nie en dit is altyd lekker om teen hulle te speel want ons sien uit om teen hulle te speel want hulle speel met 'n ander soos unieke gameplan en ons wen al vir hulle soos 'n rukkie al, so ek dink hulle gaan vir ons kom.
Ons besoek Bloemhof en ons sien uit vir daai wedstryd want verlede jaar het ons hulle gewen, maar dit is 'n baie fisiese game gewees. So ons sien uit vir hierdie jaar en wat dit inhou teen hulle ja.
The host school of this week's Rugby Premier Interschools encounter is Paarl Roos Gymnasium. Founded in 1866, the school is one of the oldest in the country and was originally called Stellenbosch Gymnasium, and it later gave birth to the University of Stellenbosch. One of its greatest sons was a rugby player called Paarl Roos, who in 1906 famously led the first South African touring team, playing 29 games in the United Kingdom. Of those 29 games, the South Africans won 26. Paarl Roos returned to South Africa, where he became a teacher and later the rector of his alma mater. In 1946, the school was renamed in his honor. The school has produced 54 Springboks to date, more than any other school in the country.
The fixture against Paarl Gym and Paarl Roos is always very special for both schools and their communities. Being one of our neighbouring schools, the game will be very well attended. It's never easy against Paarl Gym. They're tough and respected opponents with a rich rugby tradition and culture. But playing at the Markotter, very special for our boys, but always inspire them. So I think we're into a thrilling encounter.
Notable alumni include the investigative journalist Peter Louis Meyberg, the actor Marcel van Heerden, the award-winning author Etienne van Heerden, and the late anti-apartheid activist Anton Lubowski. More recent Springboks include Damian Willemse, Stephen Kitsoff, Willie Leroux, Francois Hoogaard and Andries Becker. Under first team coach Corné Ace, the boys in maroon have notched wins over some notable opposition, including Grey College last year, although conceding defeat to Monument earlier this year. They will have the support of the home crowd on their famous Markotter field, so this will be a game of great gees, both in the stands and on the field.
So Paarl Gym is a fixture we're very much looking forward to each year. And again, although they play a certain way, certain individuals bring something different to the team, but tactically very sound. The set piece is traditionally very strong. So it's a good test for us, very excited. It's a fixture we're very much looking forward to.
Gym is always a very tough encounter for us, but last year we managed to pull through and I think they're going to come back and give everything they have, but we're going to be ready for them.
Gym and Markotter, obviously special feature, physical game, very physical game. They're big guys. Obviously after last year's win against them, I feel like they're going to be ready for us this year. They're going to give all they can give.
Last jaar was ons gelukkig genoeg om die event deur te trek op Paarl Gymnasium self. Ja, so hierdie jaar kom hulle nou hiertoe, ons verwag hulle hier ons Markotter. Gaan 'n baie opwindende wedstryd wees.
Looking back over the last 8 years, in the 7 games played, Paarl Roos has won 2, but last year the difference was only 2 points, and by all accounts both teams appear well matched this year. So if you want to watch one of the best schoolboy rugby matches in South Africa, get to Stellenbosch this Saturday. Paarl has produced some of the most famous names in rugby, but also does well in a range of other sports. For example, the boys' first hockey team recently won the Fairmont Easter Festival, with Carlton Mentor being named player of the tournament and top scorer.
Paarl Roos is 'n waardige opponent. Ons weet tradisioneel is alle wedstryde daar gewoonlik op die dag baie na mekaar. Die tellings is baie na mekaar. Ek glo dat dit verseker weer so sal wees. Paarl Roos is een van die top rugby skole in die land, soos ons ook. Ons is gereken in die Wes-Kaap. En die feit dat dit in die Wes-Kaap is en in die Wes-Kaap plaasvind, gaan die belangstelling vir hierdie wedstryd net nog soveel groter maak.
Paarl has contributed 31 Springboks to date. Recent Springbok alumni include former Springbok captain Jean de Villiers, Andre Pollard, Schalk Burger, Marius Hubert, Devet Berry, Pieter Rousseau, and Kobus Visser. It's still early in the season, but their only loss this year was to Grey College, with a recent win over strong opposition. They travel to Stellenbosch as an experienced powerhouse team, ready to take on the might of the men in maroon. This is going to be a cracker of a game on the Marcotte.
Ja, die Paarl Roos wedstryd is 'n baie groot wedstryd wat jaarliks gespeel word. Of dit nou hier gespeel word of daar gespeel word, dit is 'n wedstryd waarna almal uitsien. Skietkundig het ons eintlik nogal die laaste paar jare goed gedoen op Marcotte, so soeke wedstryd as laas jaar 'n halskraap verloor het. So almal sal uitsien om kyk of ons die bordjies kan verhang.
Om teen Paarl Roos te speel is altyd hard en fisies. So ons sal ons bes moet lewer op die dag.
Ek dink as ons Stellenbosch toe gaan, dit gaan 'n grootte wees. Dit is altyd 'n grootte teen Paarl Roos. Ons weet wat om te verwag.
Maar Kotter is 'n groot veld vir hulle. Dit beteken baie vir hulle. Hulle Old Boys speel definitief 'n rol in die wedstryd. Ons weet ook wat om te verwag. En ek voel as ons prosesse volg en doen wat ons moet doen in die week, sal ons definitief deurtrek.
This Saturday, get to Stellenbosch. On the courts, Bloemhof are hosting Paarl, and right next door on the Marcotte, Paarl Roos are up against the mighty Paarl. It's Premier Inter Schools, live on SuperSport.